I'm Leandra Witchwood.
And I'm Elyse Wells.
And welcome to the Magic Kitchen podcast, where we talk about magic, kitchen witchcraft, herbs,
and everything in between.
The Magic Kitchen podcast is funded and supported by thewitchwoodteahouse.com, offering a variety of hand-blended loose leaf teas as well as loose herbs for all of your ritual, spell work, wellness, and everyday enjoyment needs. If you would like to support this podcast while sipping a great cup of tea, head over to thewitchwoodteahouse.com and find the magic that's in store for you.
This time in the Magic Kitchen, we are joining you from the kitchen for a magic kitchen. Oh no, what do we call these things? Kitchen Witch's Hearth.
Yes.
So a more exciting, informal episode. We finished recording the first one and realized we still had energy, and I had apples that needed to get made into apple crisp. So this will be a fun fall edition. And honestly, this is how a lot of kitchen witchery emerges, is this thing needs to get eaten. I don't want it to go to waste.
Right.
Because that's communion with land.
Let's make something.
That's respect for what we're given by the earth.
What you doing, Willie?
Oh my gosh, we've got a visitor.
So cute.
Hey, buddy.
He found my basket, so he's like sniffing it out. He's like, I didn't want to be
scratching me up.
Don't want to be held.
Trying to keep him away from the mic. This is our mascot, William.
A little
very handsome
inspector.
And it's ironic because, well, maybe it's why he's a good inspector, but he is so uninterested in human food.
No, you bite me. Yes, okay. Give me a little love nibble.
You're a vicious guy.
Oh,
So sleepy and vicious.
Cute.
All right, buddy, we got some food to cook.
He's like, but
he said, that's interesting because I don't even eat cooked food. And I am your most big priority.
I'm your biggest. All right. So what are we starting with?
So apple crisp, millions of ways to make it. I think it's one of the most traditional American recipes. For our international listeners, it's what it sounds like. It's crispy apples. And we're doing a really simple one that features the apples. So I don't use any flour when I make this, because it happens a lot. I buy too many apples and then I have to bake them up. I think I just want the apple crisp. I think it's a lie that I was ever going to eat a raw apple. I had to do some shadow work on my raw apple consumption. So I just use classic oats. These came from my hometown in Pennsylvania. So I like that a lot.
They're Amish oats, huh?
They're Amish oats. Amish oats. It's my favorite thing to say incorrectly in the world. But to me, apple crisp is supremely grounding. It's really warming as well.
Too.
And it just nourishes the soul. Like
it really does.
I don't feel this way today because we're hanging out, we're having a blast. But if I'm feeling like, what's the point anymore? Like, you know, that feeling that you get of just like, but why? Like, why would I even want to cook something?
Like, what's
why
the point?
It just makes like life just kind of feels pointless. I love apple crisp for that. And I think it's because of the spices in it as well. But it's also all the comforting flavors. It's oats, talk about grounding. It's apples.
Vitality.
And we said this in the last episode, but apples, when you use them in anything, we've been using apple cider vinegar that we used. It's an invitation to...
You can actually see our stuff right there.
Oh yeah, they're in the shots. Apples are always an invitation to connect to the 5 elements as well, because they have the witch's star, the pentagram, right in the middle. So they ground us in our practice, in our truth of self, and they invite us to kind of just remember who the F we are. So, and then for the spices I use salt as well. I just feel like salt makes sugar pop, but also it grounds us and it protects us.
Yes.
I use cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. Classic. And if I had allspice, I would use that too, but I don't have it. Still collecting spices as I haven't lived in this country for a while. And I'm going to use Cunningham's book to pull up the official things here for you all.
So while you're talking about that,
yes.
Do you keep the skin on?
Yeah.
Okay,
I keep it all going. And we washed them first. We washed them first.
Yeah, we washed them first, and I'm just going to slice them up.
And you'll see that star in there even.
Yeah.
If we get to it. If we get that perfect cut.
I'll do that on the next one.
And cinnamon is good for prosperity. It banishes negative energy, but it really does invite abundance towards us. So eating this dish is going to help you get over, what's uncomfortable in your life and find that abundance that is meant to find you. Also, nutmeg and cloves are in the same category of warming. And also, practically speaking, to make this dish, you really don't need to toss to coat in a different bowl if you're using a big baking tray like this one. So
I'm using like high edges on it, so it's
good.
Good.
What's this called? 9 by 13?
Yeah.
So a bit of a bigger. I'm using the biggest one, but I had a lot of apples. So
there's a lot of apples here.
Which can be part of the spiritual fun. So I've got 7 apples here. Honestly, if I had 6, I'd be happier because that's Venus's number. But 7 is a really good luck kind of number to have. So, and it helps us also transition. Look at that witch's star. Right? Amazing. Perfect. I also think of apple as a protector because in the Middle Ages, specifically thinking Renaissance Italy, there was throughout human history, right? There was a lot of women who had to marry men they didn't really want to.
Right.
And sometimes those men were very dangerous to be around. And there was not really divorce at the majority of human history. So there was no way out for these women. There was nothing they could do except defend themselves with cooking and herbs and quote unquote women's work.
Magic.
So collecting the apple seeds was a way to get access to arsenic, and you could poison your not so.
We're not saying do that.
No, it takes a lot of apple seeds.
It does. It takes a lot.
But if you've got the time on your hands that those poor women did, it's your salvation. So they're to me, they're just like Venus in her gifts to us. The beneficent path. It's poison magic, but it's also healing magic.
Yeah.
Apple heals us, but it also offers us a very pointed protection when needed.
And it's round, so it's associated with the moon, which most round foods are associated with the moon. So you got the extra
feminine vibes. Yeah. Cunningham. We're using Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs, a classic. This is the expanded and revised edition that Leandra brought over. And he also talks about it as a feminine, example of the poles. Whereas, I'm going to look it up to make sure I'm right about this, but cinnamon and nutmeg are more masculine.
Yes.
So we have a balanced meal in that way.
Yes.
I wonder if oats are in here.
They should be, yes.
They're a plant.
And oats will be associated with, prosperity, nourishment,
grounding. It's fun. I haven't had cause to look in one of these books in a long time, so this feels really good to get back to.
Well, after a while, you learn what the intention is.
Oh, it's not in here weirdly.
Really, oats.
Oats, no. Oak it. Oh, there they are. Huh. Oh my God, tiniest little.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Venus, grounding, prosperity, and money spells. I'll take it.
Yep.
That's good. Invite that prosperity. It matches up with cinnamon there beautifully.
Yes.
And while you're chippity chopping, unless you want to switch, but I want to look up nutmeg.
This is one of my favorite things to do is when cooking.
Honestly, that knife is so good. It made me want to just chop stuff up all day.
Well, and here's the thing. A lot of people say, I don't like chopping because it's so much work. If you have a really good knife and if you have good knife skills, it's not a whole lot of work.
That's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
I learned that this afternoon, people.
This is what we taught the kids as we were teaching them to cook, the teenagers at Spoutwood. And so if you watch how I'm cutting, I am doing tipped board for the most part. And I'm making flat edges as much as possible. That makes it easy. So things aren't rolling around. I'm not chasing them. So it's safer that way. And then I'm making a bicycle motion. This takes the stress off your elbow and off your forearm and makes your whole arm engaged.
Huh.
So it's less fatiguing.
Tip to board. Wait, do it in slow-mo.
So tip to board and a bicycle motion. So I'm pushing through. So I'm not attacking it. So when you watch it,
I have to think about how I cut now. I don't even know.
Well, and that's the thing that most people don't realize is that 9 times out of 10 you've been taught how to cook, how to chop wrong.
Yeah.
Because we were taught by people who were either self-taught, which is fine.
Yeah,
that's how I
like
learned.
The plague of our entire modern world, honestly.
And honestly, it took me a long time to shift because I was taught by my mother who was doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And no wonder she was tired after she made a big meal, you know?
Yeah. Well, and it's the opposite for me. I've shared this before, but I'm like really, I'm shocked I'm as adventurous as I am because I'm like the perfect example of helicopter parenting. Like my mom was really, love her. Like we're very close, but really just insane. I wasn't allowed to ride my bike in my own cul-de-sac.
Wow.
You know, like not even just in circles. So I wasn't allowed in the kitchen. I wasn't allowed to use a knife. I wasn't allowed. I remember in 11th grade, like people have babies at that age. Not that they should, but you know, it happens, right? They could. And like, I wasn't allowed to make my own salad. She like raged that I was making a salad that I could hurt myself. And I was like, and I've been this height and kind of looked just like this since I was like in 8th grade. So I really have always just been like, but why?
Yeah. Well,
so
and I come the
just
opposite
myself with YouTube.
I was in the kitchen from the time I could stand on a chair.
That's
to
wild.
reach the counter. I've been in the kitchen.
That sounds amazing, though. I would read my books. I've always liked vintage stuff. I would read Little Women, and she's making jam with her 3-year-old, you know. No, not me. Not allowed. Absolutely crazy.
Craziness.
So I looked up each of our 3 herbs that we're using.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, would you mind? So also we're going to add plums because
that's right.
They're going bad.
I forgot about the
and
little
right
plums.
now they're like basically syrup.
They're almost dates or the...
Yeah. Like dried.
Yeah, they're almost dried.
But they're going to probably just add a punch of sugar to it because they're really like you can see the syrupiness on them.
Yeah, they're super. I'm not even going to chop them further than this.
Yeah.
Because look.
They're just falling apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just honestly, as long as we get the seeds out.
Yeah, it'll add some color.
Yeah, it'll look good. I've just lost my ends here. I'm looking for nutmeg. Oh, mastic is in here. I need to go back for that one. Masticha, or mastic in English, is a really sacred plant. It's a resin that you add to things for... Oh, there's nutmeg. It has its own beautiful page.
Yes, nutmeg's got a huge page.
You add it for protection, but also it really helps you with aging. I think of it as a Crohn's resin because it also takes a long time to be mature enough for the trees for mastic to be harvestable from. So they're just magical, just super magical. So here is nutmeg. Some might know this, but if you eat enough nutmeg, and when I say enough, like you'd have to work your butt off to do it. It's like a whole jar of the dried herb. But it can actually give you psychoactive experiences.
But once you reach that point, it will also kill you.
Yeah, then you die.
So don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's not beautiful or fun. It's it's deadly.
Not a good.
Parsley as well does that. So I've not tried it myself, but apparently it's a thing.
Yeah, we don't need to go that route.
No, I wouldn't do it.
Stay with the safer ones.
So nutmeg is for luck, money, health, and fidelity. Which ensure your lover's fidelity.
Yeah,
that is so funny. I've never in my life. Oh, I love that. That's just hilarious. Like that's so vintage to even think about like doing that for Magick, but
very.
Because like at this day and age, I like to hope our listeners would know that if he's not, she's not, they're not, cooperating, if they're cheating on you, leave.
Yeah,
get someone else
to go.
Yeah, it's such a reminder
that's a reflection of the past of how people were trapped in relationships. Like if you had a cheating husband, you couldn't leave them.
Yeah.
You couldn't say, you know what? Go off, do your thing. I'm going to go do my thing. You couldn't do that.
And the sad reality is you probably were hoping he'd be faithful mostly just so that you would keep stable. Because if he gets a hussy in the city somewhere that he's putting up in an apartment, which still happens in Greece, it's called Gomena culture.
Wow.
There goes your money for the kids and family. So...
I announced my retreats to Delphi and Sacred Greece for 2026 in early July, and my Delphi retreat sold out in just 8 days. I have now added an additional retreat for May of 2026 with payment options, including bi-weekly payments, monthly payments, or paying in your custom installments. If you are feeling the call to deepen your practice by connection to the sacred lands where many of the West's witchcraft and pagan practices derive from, join me in 2026 on an immersive pilgrimage. In sacred waters, meet the monk seals, the ancient seals that Homer writes about. In Artemis and Elyse, meet Hecate and the goddesses that help us with shadow work and healing our feminine wounds. Swim at the temple of Hera. Meet the oracle. Be one of the few who have met the oracle in modern times at sites unexcavated and left abandoned for thousands of years. I have been working intently with the land of Greece for the past 5 years, deepening my personal connection to the land to be shown these special places that I am now being given permission to share with you. Don't miss this opportunity. If it's calling you, visit seekingnumina.com/Delphi retreats for more information, or follow the link in the show notes.
Anyway, do you want to tell them about cinnamon and I have clove on that side?
Okay, so cinnamon.
I'm gonna
and what are you doing over here?
I'm going to add them as you tell us about them.
Okay, so we're talking about cinnamon. So cinnamon is masculine, associated with the sun, associated with fire. It is associated with Venus and Aphrodite, obviously. And the powers of it are spirituality, success, healing power, psychic powers, lust, protection, and love. I typically use cinnamon for its powers related to success and action because it is a fire herb. It's going to put things into action. It's going to move things into motion.
Yeah. And then I'm going to add the nutmeg actually first because I forgot to add it when we were talking. Also, you're going to notice the measurements are whatever you feel like.
Right. So that's kind of our theme, is we cook with what the hell's going on.
I will say the one you want to be careful with is clove. You can make your dish
you can make
a
it too
spicy.
Yeah. Be sparing on that
I'm
one.
also going to add a
Dash of salt. Very good. So clove is masculine. Its planet is Jupiter. Element is fire again. Protection, exorcism, love, and money. So really high in prosperity, high in like success magic for this one.
Yeah.
Vitality. I think that's the good way to sum it up, is vitality.
Yeah.
What you looking for?
I'm looking for some oil. I realized I need oil to toss it all in. There we go. So you're going to want some oil just to coat it in. You can get pretty intentional with the oil you use.
I'm not used to this. I've never used oil in it.
Really?
Never.
What do you use?
Just
Butter?
the butter and the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually...
Dairy-free here.
There you go, dairy-free.
So, and you can use like a better fake butter.
Yeah.
But you have to melt it first. And so...
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm using canola because I'm allergic to soy. That's the magical reason there. But also canola is a flour, it's kind of more beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, monocrops are all bad for the
I am
environment.
actually going to look up canola in here. See if, I don't know if he has canola in here.
Yeah.
Probably not, because I don't think canola was widely used.
And then once you've got all your seasonings and your butter or oil, so you can totally use butter. I would definitely, if I could eat it, I'd be using butter.
Nope. No.
Just give it a toss-a-rooney.
No canola.
No canola.
No.
Well, what would we think it's associated with? I would guess since it grows well and fast, it's going to help spur on all the other ingredients to do the same for us.
It makes sense that it's associated with fire.
Yeah.
What color is the flower?
Yellow.
Yellow? Yep, fire.
And I've seen it growing in the Netherlands. And I'll be honest, I know monocrops are bad. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
The way it just, mustard seed too. The way they grow mustard through the fields there too. And in Hungary, I saw it there. Like it cuts across the landscape like a sun ray.
Yeah.
Definitely worse crops to grow or live near. And you can toss this in a bowl, like I said, but or like why have to wash another dish?
No, yeah. You don't make.
Oh, and I didn't think I said this, but I sprayed it with coconut oil first before we started chopping. And I'm preheating the oven. I preheated it already to 400. You can do 425, but for a bigger amount of apples like this, I definitely actually
You
prefer
give them more time.
Yeah.
Well, and that wasn't, you mentioned coconut oil. That's another alternative. If you don't like canola,
Oh yeah,
use coconut oil. Use avocado.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, either of those would be fine. So you're not stuck with like what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. And then the last thing I do is I just toast some of these oats, spread them around at the top. You could definitely do a little more. And I would say it's about a cup's worth of oats.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
The oil, really, it's just enough to coat.
Yeah. And
If
the
you use
oats
butter,
themselves,
maybe
they'll
half a
create
stick.
kind of like a thickening agent. Like if you've ever noticed when you cook oats, like it thickens on its own. So that helps thicken up so you don't need the flour. You don't necessarily need cornstarch and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I never thought about why, but yeah, like the first time I made this recipe, I think I must have looked it up because I used flour and I just felt like it wasn't doing any favors.
Yeah.
And then I had a friend over who was gluten-free. And so I said, okay, I'll try this anyway without the flour.
Damn,
'Cause I
those
didn't-
gluten-free people.
Who knows any of those? Actually, I used to be gluten-free for like 3 years and then I was able to eat it again.
Yeah?
But now I'm allergic to dairy and soy. So
Interesting.
I don't know. I think I would have preferred to just not be able to eat the dairy. And then, again, you could toss this all, but I just spread it on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do some brown sugar, which really, this is going to be pretty sweet because you're baking an apple.
Yeah.
So you don't really need it. But
you don't need a whole lot. It helps sweeten the oats, if anything. If you don't I'll eat plain oats. I'm weird like that.
if I add salt to them, I can eat them plain. Like grits, like they basically become grits at that point.
Well, that's the one thing that I think people forget about salt. Salt is there to enhance the flavor. It's not there to make it salty. Salt has a unique composition that helps enhance the flavor of food. Sugar will do the same thing.
And I use sugar in all my tomato sauces.
Yeah. It cuts
off
the
the
acidity and then it enhances the flavor.
I think you taught me that, actually.
Probably. I don't know.
Leandra is always dropping nuggets of wisdom. Kitchen witch. Kitchen witch
stuff.
Yeah. And I used probably half a cup of sugar. Half a cup.
Yeah.
And again, this is for 7 apples. Maybe you are doing 3 apples and you use
want
a
less.
quarter cup.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really gonna have to figure out like what our ratios are for these.
Yeah. Never quote me on a ratio, people.
Because we don't measure here. We just do it.
So I'm going to show you guys this.
It's so beautiful.
It looks so cute.
Yeah. I
And
love that
we're going to pop it in the oven.
All right. And away we go.
I think it's going to take too long for you guys to see the finished product here, but I will post a picture of the finished product when we upload this episode.
Yeah.
So, presuming I don't forget to take one before I eat it.
Don't forget to take one. Now, how long will you leave it in the oven?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Probably at 400. You know what? I might even do it a little lower. I'm going to do 395.
Okay.
Because you just don't want it to get unevenly cooked. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to do 395 for, let's do 20 minutes.
20? Yeah, that's what I would think. That was my initial thought, 20. It just started raining. How perfect is that?
Beautiful time.
Apple crisp and rain.
Yeah.
That's
It's
cozy.
really starting to feel like fall here.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too.
Please.
So thanks for coming with us. This was
you.
a lot of fun. And let us know if you're enjoying this episode style. You can watch the video on both of our communities. You'll see it on my Patreon and in the Rebel Mystic.
Yep.
So yeah, let us know if you like it. It's a lot of fun to do it.
Yeah, this was fun. Plus, we get to eat.
Yeah, now we feast.
If you've been feeling a quiet tug, a deep need to better understand the natural world around you, I'm here to invite you to my newest container, a 6-week guided experience where we will learn to connect with the wild spirits around us, the plant spirits, animal messengers, and elemental forces that want to walk with us on our path. And right now, if you join this live container, you'll receive a free travel ritual kit crafted by my own hands to help you keep the magic alive no matter where you are. But supplies are limited and they are going fast. Click the link in the show notes to get more information or visit leandrawitchwood.com. I'll see you in the Grove. Merry meet,
Merry part, and merry meet again.
Thank you for joining us on the Magick Kitchen podcast. Please visit my website, leandrawitchwood.com, for news, information, and more episodes.
I'm Elyse Wells, and I can be found at Seeking Numina on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and seekingnumina.com. That's Seeking, Numina.